Ever had a moment where you're absolutely 100% sure you're right, only to find out later that your brain was just freelancing the facts? Like confidently walking into a room and forgetting why you're there, or swearing you've never met someone you've actually met 3 times. Welcome to the glitchy, gaslighting world of your own mind. Your brain, that squishy supercomputer between your ears, is a master deception. It fills in gaps, rewrites history, and sometimes just makes stuff up to keep you from spiraling into existential dread. And the best part? You believe it. Every single time. But fear not. Today, we're diving into the most bizarre ways your brain betrays you and how to fight back. So, grab your metaphorical magnifying glass and let's investigate the lies your mind tells you and how to stop believing them. Let's get right into it. Number 1. The Illusory Truth Effect. Imagine hearing a ridiculous statement like, "Bananas are radioactive," and thinking, "Wait, is that true?" The more you hear it, the more plausible it seems. This is the Illusory Truth Effect. The tendency to believe false information is correct after repeated exposure. Your brain equates familiarity with truth. So, if a lie is repeated enough times, it starts to feel true. This is why propaganda works, and why you might believe that chewing gum takes 7 years to digest. To combat this, practice critical thinking. Question repeated statements, especially if they seem dubious. Seek out reliable sources and verify information before accepting it as truth. Number 2, confirmation bias. Ever notice how you tend to favor information that supports your existing beliefs? That's confirmation bias at work. It's like your brain has a favorite child and ignores the rest. This bias leads you to cherry-pick data, remember details that support your views, and dismiss information that contradicts them. It's why debates on social media rarely change minds. To overcome this, actively seek out opposing viewpoints. Engage with diverse perspectives and challenge your own assumptions. It's uncomfortable but essential for balanced thinking. Number 3, the spotlight effect. Feel like everyone's noticing that pimple on your forehead? Chances are they haven't even seen it. The spotlight effect is your brain's way of making you think you're the center of attention. In reality, people are too busy worrying about themselves to scrutinize your every move. This bias can lead to unnecessary anxiety and self-consciousness. Remember, the world isn't watching your every step. Embrace imperfections and focus on meaningful interactions rather than perceived judgments. Number 4, the Dunning-Kruger effect. Ever met someone who's supremely confident in their abilities but lacks the skills to back it up? That's the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's when people with low ability overestimate their competence. Conversely, highly skilled individuals may underestimate their abilities, assuming tasks are easy for everyone. This cognitive bias can lead to misplaced confidence or undue self-doubt. To mitigate this, seek feedback, stay humble, and recognize that learning is a continuous process. Confidence is great, but it should be grounded in reality. Number 5, false consensus effect. You know that moment when you assume everyone agrees with you because, well, why wouldn't they? That's the false consensus effect. The belief that your opinions are the norm. This bias leads you to overestimate how much others share your beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. It's like thinking your taste in music is universally appreciated, only to discover your playlist clears the room. To counter this, actively seek diverse perspectives. Engage in conversations with people who have different viewpoints. It's a reality check that broadens your understanding and reduces the echo chamber effect. Number 6, negativity bias. Ever notice how one negative comment can overshadow a dozen compliments? That's negativity bias at play. Our brains are wired to focus more on negative experiences than positive ones. This bias means we dwell on criticisms, remember failures more vividly, and are more affected by bad news. It's an evolutionary trait meant to keep us safe, but in modern life, it can lead to anxiety and pessimism. Combat this by practicing gratitude. Regularly acknowledging positive experiences can help rewire your brain to focus more on the good. Mindfulness and positive affirmations are also effective tools. Number 7, availability heuristic. Imagine hearing about a plane crash and suddenly fearing air travel, despite statistics showing it's safer than driving. That's the availability heuristic. judging the likelihood of events based on how easy examples come to mind. This mental shortcut can lead to skewed perceptions of risk and probability. Just because something is memorable or recent doesn't mean it's common. To mitigate this, rely on data and statistics rather than anecdotes. Educate yourself on actual probabilities to make informed decisions. Number 8. Self-serving bias. When you ace a test, it's because you're smart. When you fail, it's because the questions were unfair. That's the self-serving bias, attributing successes to internal factors and failures to external ones. This bias helps protect our self-esteem, but can hinder personal growth. By not acknowledging our role in failures, we miss opportunities to learn and improve. Overcome this by practicing self-reflection. Accept responsibility for mistakes and view them as learning experiences. Seek constructive feedback and be open to personal development. Number 9. Cognitive dissonance. Imagine you're an environmentalist who drives a gas-guzzling SUV. The discomfort you feel from this contradiction is known as cognitive dissonance. It's the mental tension that arises when your actions don't align with your beliefs. To alleviate this discomfort, you might justify your choice by emphasizing the SUV's safety features or by planning to offset your carbon footprint in other ways. This phenomenon was first introduced by psychologist Leon Festinger in 1957. He observed that people have an innate desire for internal consistency. When faced with conflicting beliefs and actions, individuals are motivated to reduce the dissonance by changing their belief, behaviors, or perceptions. Recognizing cognitive dissonance in your life can lead to personal growth. By acknowledging these internal conflicts, you can make conscious decisions to align your actions with your values, leading to greater psychological comfort and integrity. Number 10. The sunk cost fallacy. Ever sat through a terrible movie just because you paid for the ticket? That's the sunk cost fallacy at work. It's the tendency to continue an endeavor once an investment in money, effort, or time has been made, even when it's clear that the cost outweighs the benefits. This fallacy can lead to poor decision-making, such as staying in an unfulfilling job or relationship because of time already invested. To combat this, focus on future costs and benefits rather than past investments. Ask yourself, if I hadn't already invested time or money, would I still make the same decision? Number 11. The halo effect. Think of celebrity endorsing a product. Their attractiveness or charisma can lead you to believe the product is superior, even without evidence. This is a halo effect, the tendency to let one positive trait influence our overall perception of someone or something. This bias can affect hiring decisions, academic grading, and even legal judgments. Being aware of the halo effect can help you make more objective evaluations by focusing on specific attributes rather than general impressions. Number 12. The just world hypothesis. Ever hear someone say, they got what they deserved? That's the just world hypothesis in action. The belief that the world is inherently fair and people get what they deserve. While this belief can provide comfort, it can also lead to victim blaming and a lack of empathy. Recognizing that bad things can happen to good people, and vice versa, foster compassion and a more nuanced understanding of the complexities of life. Number 13. The actor-observer bias. Ever notice how when you mess up, it's because of the situation, but when someone else does, it's because they're just that kind of person? That's the actor-observer bias in action. It's our tendency to attribute our own actions to external factors while attributing others' actions to their character. For example, if you cut someone off in traffic, it's because you were in a rush. If someone cuts you off, they're a reckless driver. This bias can hinder our understanding of others and escalate conflicts. To counteract it, try to consider the context of others' actions and reflect on your own behavior objectively. Number 14. The anchoring effect. Imagine you're shopping for a watch. The first one you see is priced at $500. The next one is $300, and suddenly, it seems like a bargain. This is the anchoring effect. Our tendency to rely heavily on the first piece of information to anchor when making decisions. Marketers use this to their advantage by presenting higher-priced items first to make subsequent options seem more reasonable. To avoid falling for this, be aware of initial information and seek out multiple sources before making decisions. Number 15. The planning fallacy. Ever started a project thinking it'll take an hour, only to find yourself still working on it 3 hours later? That's the planning fallacy. Our tendency to underestimate the time, costs, and risks of future actions while overestimating the benefits. This bias can lead to missed deadlines and budget overruns. To combat it, break tasks into smaller components, consult past experiences, and add buffers to your estimates. So we just explored a bunch of moments when your brain basically ghosts you. From your own name to that bathroom mirror, nowhere is safe. If you've ever experienced this weirdness, share your story below. I'd love to hear about your brain's betrayal moments. And don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos about the unexpected plot twists of our minds. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.